in the background. Even though you said it's like a spiritual experience that I need to experience with my like ears and whatever.
Well, I only said that for the music video.
Oh, I see, I see. Okay, cool. All right, do you want to get started? We can like talk and shit.
Yeah, I'm just warming up, trying to get my brain ready.
Oh, okay. Wait, you have like brain exercise you want to do? We should do some mental math. oh shit! Oh my god! Guys! This is up in the minutes. Episode 7. You know how many? 7, dude. That's crazy.
6, 7.
That's an outrageous amount of episodes. An outrageous amount. People been saying that like if we get to 7, then we also might get to 8 after 7, and like I'm starting to believe him.
Is it 8 where we're supposed to sign a waiver?
Yeah, 8 is 8 is
contract.
That's when Mega gets us in a 360 deal.
That's right.
the
arc of
he go right up the contract with ChatGPT.
Oh hell yeah! That's even more fire. Yeah, the arc of history is long, but it bends towards what's up with the minutes.
Ooh, that's
not
tough.
Sharia, not Sharia. Towards what's up with the minutes.
You're right. We're gonna become the center of the universe eventually. You know what I mean? Podcast overlords.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We are What's Up with the Minutes, hip hop conversations and the like. Every 2 weeks we get 3 topics, 1 each, to discuss and debate and argue about. You know, we be traversing the whole world out here. Mega in Japan, I'm in the Bruvland. Trey's out there in Georgia. It's crazy.
Georgia, brother.
Is that how people from Georgia sound? I don't know any niggas. You're the only, as far as I'm aware, you're the only guy who lives there.
Take my word for it.
Okay, word. How you guys doing today? How you doing, Mega?
I'm cooling. Just got a couple of days off. Just high posting, playing video games, being an idiot, not cleaning, doing that type of thing.
Real. How about you, Trey?
I'm good as I can be on November 19th at 7:07 a.m.
Hell yeah! Shout out to it being early as fuck where you're at. It is like midday, and I'm cooling personally. I'm more rested.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. I was out last night until like McDonald's breakfast and shit. And yeah, it was a wild evening. People sleeping drunk on the streets and girls arguing with each other. I don't know if it was a territorial dispute, but yeah, I was like, damn, this shit is lit. Let me go get a McGriddle.
This shit is lit. I'm gonna go get a McGrill. Is an incredible sentence.
Yeah. I thought I was being real productive and shit. I took the garbage out because, you know, I live in an apartment in Tokyo. I took the garbage out, but it was the wrong day. And then so I felt kind of like, I felt paranoid all day that my super was going to come up and be like, yo, Mega-san, you're fucking up again. Like, fucking sick and tired of this shit.
Do people
remember when you put
Mega?
a diaper? Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like as a name. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. That's sick.
I mean,
you introduce yourself
like
as Mega to people?
Yeah, everybody, all my friends and family know me as Mega. Nobody except for my work calls me by my government name.
What?
Like
okay.
Yeah, my sisters call me Mega. Like my sister Rolina got a Mega tattoo on her arm and shit. So,
shit! Do you got a
Megavelli the wrong Illuminati?
Nah. I do have before. For y'all young cats, there was a time where we didn't know about the term tramp stamp, and I got a graffiti piece done on my back that I did, and so it say Mega on my back. I got a little Mega tramp stamp. Yeah. Man. I'm telling you, the world keep on getting worse and worse, man. After Wedding Crashers came out, like I was just victimized, constantly assailed as a black man with a tramp stamp. It was unbelievable.
That's crazy.
That's outrageous, man. That's outrageous, and that's just there. That's still there now. Is it in like a cool font, or is it just this?
Well, I mean, I piece it up in graffiti, so it's like it's like multi-angle 3D. So it's
word.
It's a hard piece. It was dope.
You got the tramp stamp from all angles.
Those are in style now. So you're basically ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
You should get like a womb tattoo as well. Those are like you can get crazy out here, man. I'm telling you, tramp stamp womb tattoo combo. Yeah, you get a secret house on the front. Rotted.
Yeah, I want a face tat. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just jumping.
Yeah, one of the tears.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Billy Woods' face tattooed over my face. So you know what I mean? It's gonna be hard.
You just got big Sue's cut.
Yeah, just like a mosaic. And people be like, "Yo, is that Mega?" I don't know. It doesn't look like. I can't tell. I'm not wearing my glasses.
Shit, stay blurry.
Yeah.
My fault.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's fine, Trey.
Oh, I thought you were just a naturally blurry individual, like Bigfoot. Bigfoot is just a blurry thing.
Yeah, you know, people can capture pictures of him, and it's not at all that he's like fast or moving and they can't get a good picture. He just looks like that, bro.
Yeah,
he just looks like that.
Absolutely blurry. Has a hard time on.
Before we get started, I've taken it upon myself to be the promo guy. So
I was going to ask you actually to be that.
Go subscribe to the Patreon. We got a Patreon now. We upload additional shit. We usually talk a lot in between the actual runtime that we put on YouTube. So like, when you want extended episodes, you can sub there. We
also early access.
Yeah, early access. Get the shit a week early. So you would theoretically get this as soon as we're done recording this on November 19th, 2025.
Whoa.
But yeah, we trying to do extra topics at the end. So we're gonna try to do a little chat about Navy Blue and his born again Christian raps. And before we get started, shout out the patrons. We done upgraded since last time. So we got Dan, we got Fick, we got Ev, we have Rano Joy. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Bleach, which damn, I forgot his actual name. But I met him at the Armand Hammer show or the Wood show.
That's Bleach Alternative.
June, so that's what's up. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Shout out.
And Caden.
Quick shout out to Bleach. Bleach
they're one of my favorite people for real. Even Mega's a patron because like he's the extra content is so good that he wanted to sub so he could see it again.
Yeah, we putting it down for all my people. You know what I mean? Wait till that 360 deal. I got y'all. It's all good. Trust me.
When that Patreon money comes through and Mega dips, bro, they're not ready, man. Episode 100, Mega's gonna be like, "Fuck y'all, I'm off," and he takes all the Patreon money and leaves, builds a mansion and shit. Right. Fucked up.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a one with like a sunroof roof that you can open up in the middle of the day and shit.
Oh shit. Okay. I didn't realize you were fancy like that. My bad.
Well, that's the only thing that's gonna be in the house, and I'm gonna have a mattress on the floor with the PS5 and the TV. That's it.
You have a TV on the floor?
No. Oh hell yeah! What do I look like? I might put it on the box that it comes in.
Yeah,
you know?
Not even a stand. He just leans against the wall.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to get started, lads? We
didn't introduce the topics quite yet, did we?
Oh yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we never really, but we should. So it's like less confusing.
That's so true. Let's do something for our fans. You know. Okay. Today the topics are as follows. I've been recognizing and realizing that leaks and stuff like that in no, that's not what I'm doing. I have been seeing that a lot of the underground artists who price their things at maybe a little more than you'd expect have kind of a culture building around them where it will a lot of people will buy it. Oh no, one person will. Oh my gosh. A lot of people will group buy it and then spread it around the whole internet. And I personally, I got a few opinions on that I'd like to share. Then Trey coming out and he's talking about this fucking whack ass Armand Hammer album.
This shit is so ass. We have to talk about it.
So much. It's awful. We have to discuss it. We must discuss it.
Just a generational disappointment. Set black people back.
Hundreds of years.
That's what I hear.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy. And how could they how could they do this to us?
Work with the alchemists.
Fucked up. We gotta talk about it. We have to talk about it. And Mega coming out here talking about posthumous albums after the recent Big L album that's dropped. I mean, he's probably got a few questions about Wagwan and a few topics to say. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mega. He got opinions. He got opinions.
Yeah, we talking about posthumous albums and shit.
Yeah, we be talking.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, just a tad. Yeah. Today we might finally find out what's up with the minutes, man. And that's a little secret. We might.
Nah, Cole, you were saying that Trey is actually what's up, and we're the backup dancers to minutes.
Yeah, we're the minutes. We stand back to back like this or Trey
do moves on the side and shit.
What's up, man?
Turn together. Yeah. When Trey fall to his knees and shit, we gotta march and come back up and shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
Fick be in the background dancing and shit. Yeah,
no, he don't, bro. He ain't in the end. He ain't part of the
man, he gonna be twerking. All he gonna be wearing is a fucking like a hockey jersey, just twerking in the background. Rosebuds are the worst Rock Marciano albums. Stop that. I love Rosebud too.
Wait, quick, crazy out of the literally not even a little bit related to anything going on. Did you? I was listening to a Rock Marciano album the other day. What was it called? Oh my gosh! And there was this one beat on it that after this, I need you guys to listen to. This shit is so like it's like the goofiest song I've ever heard in my entire life.
Is it Wicked Days? Wicked Days?
No. It's Herringbone off of Rosebud's Revenge. The second half of that song, there's a beat switch. I have never heard a beat like that in my entire life.
I'm gonna play it in the background, and whenever that part comes on, you will use my facial expression to determine.
Outrageous. Okay. I'm gonna get into it then. I'm gonna get into my topic. Okay. So basically, minutes and what's up. I have something to say. Recently, as previously said, I just kind of seen that a consistent thing I've been noticing is a lot of hip hop fans are kind of waiting for, instead of, supporting the artist that they enjoy the art from, they kind of wait for the album to appear on like some database such as SoSeek, where they can download it and not have to involve themselves in the whole like commerce part of the artist experience. And I found that interesting for a few reasons, because, we're sitting here, we got hella artists out here who are dropping albums like relatively frequently, but also that we revere to a very high standard, a high amount. And in my humble opinion, I feel like those people should get paid. Just what I think. And to see how frequently it's kind of become like a cultural thing to do as many things as possible to not pay your folks is something I found a little bit disheartening in a sense and worrying in another. So I was just kind of curious if you guys have any thoughts on that, and we can expand and give context and shit. But
I like to go next because I know Megan got a whole soliloquy on this shit.
I'm gonna hold a skull when I read my shit.
So I know what you mean, and fuck it, we're gonna use recent examples.
Oh shit, we naming names?
We use recent examples. The Gawi Log, Billy Woods and Fanon.
Yep. Indeed.
Fanon, that wasn't on streaming. You had to buy that shit. I bought that shit only because I had it. But I will say, like, I'm of one mind where I'm like, support artists, and I like always support artists when I can. But also, as like a nigga that was like broke and jobless at one point, that was also into rap at a relatively young age. Like, nigga, I was stealing shit. I can't afford shit. You gotta steal shit sometimes. And I don't hate on people who they might not have the funds or shit. Maybe they do, and they just stealing shit. I don't know. That's always been, as far as like hip hop enjoyment, like enjoying like more underground artists, that's been kind of part of the game to me. And I feel like it's not like completely taken away from the artist, but I guess we have to like know their analytics and shit at that point. But I don't know. I feel like it's just like part of the game. I feel like so much of like the shit we enjoy in art in general is just like paywall to some extent. So like, I'm not hating on niggas who, sometimes they ask for the files. I've asked for files occasionally. I will say, like, I try to be like semi-respectable about it. Like, some niggas on the timeline like brazenly being like, "Hey, send me the Fanon files from the New Mercy remix." And I'm like, "Damn, bro, at least be a little secretive about it."
I would like to quickly jump in and say, I was kind of joking. I'm not like fully like angry at all of these niggas who are doing this leaking shit. I recognize focus broke. You know what I mean? And I participated in this. Fucking like, I'm not buying Mark Homie's. I'm not buying all of those albums, bro. I didn't buy the Gap. I've heard that shit. I didn't buy it. You know what I mean? Like, it's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's an expected part of this art, but it's also something that I think is an interesting aspect of it as well.
Word. I see where you're coming from. It sounds to me like you're coming from the idea that these artists are actually putting in labor into their work. They're assigning a value to their work, and it'd be nice if they got paid for that effort and everything they put into it. But one of the things that's different about music in a way is that at times it's so devalued versus other art forms. It's not something that you like. People value the physical copies of it, but we've gotten away from that in a lot of ways, where it's like people that really want the physical copy are going to go out and spend, you know, $1,000 on a record to have it, to own it, to keep it for their collection. And then there's people who buy, you know, the $25 albums to support their artists, and there's people who just, you know, support those artists by giving them pennies through streaming services. For me, I've been pirating literally my entire life. Back in the day, you would record videos on MTV and BET in the box. You would record off of the radio. Your homie would buy an album, make me a dub. Shit, our house, every single record player in our house had, you know, the double thing to make dubs. Even our VCR, even our VCR had dubs. Every time we would rent a movie, we would dub a movie, and we would dub it in lower quality, so we have 3 movies on one VHS cassette. So there's a big part of me that's just been doing this for a long time. I still have SoulSeek. I've had SoulSeek. SoulSeek used to be ill. SoulSeek used to be, the chat room used to be just like the Discord.
I've never used SoulSeek.
Places. There was multiple rooms. Well, I mean, it's not like that anymore, but there were rooms where it's just like Discord. You know, everybody in there, everybody's in there every day. We talk shit. Some people hate each other, other people's, you know what I mean? It was just like that. And it was great. For me, it took me a long time to join in the streaming DSP shit. Like I got Spotify a little bit late, and I was reluctant. I was like, if I'm gonna spend $9, why don't I just steal from everybody? Instead of giving them a penny each, you steal from everybody that I like and take that $9 a month and just buy an album from somebody. So at least more of that goes towards them, because there's no possible way that I'm streaming enough of even Mercy to give them $3. You know what I mean? And I'm not buying the album. So it's like, I believe that, you know, pirating is fine as sharing person to person. It gets a little bit fuzzy when you're like selling the work, you know, like when you're like, I paid $100 for the album, so if you want it, give me $5, I'll give it to you. That's a little bit crazy. People used to do that with the CDRs back in the day too. They had a CD burner, they have a little whole thing. You're like, oh, you want the new Eminem's, $5, and you buy the $5 CDR of the shit, and that gets a little bit fuzzy there. But in terms of stealing art, like I think that it's you know, it's a force of nature, something that we can't really resolve and get rid of, and it affects the entire music industry. But if you like an artist, you should be trying to support them. I still haven't heard the Black Label or the White Label Armand Hammer albums because I didn't want to pay for them, and I just didn't care enough to steal them. I felt like these are secret albums. Let me just keep it a secret. I got gat because I didn't know when I was like, oh, Makami's dope, let me get Makami, and I didn't know that it was supposed to be some secret shit. And he gets crazy with his shit too. Like, bro, how are you copywriting your fucking lyrics when we can't share lyrics? Like, that's fucking insane.
Jay-Z light, bro.
He is, bro.
It's absolutely insane. So like, I'm all for sharing and giving files, but you have to have some level of like decency in doing that shit, at least a little bit. You can't be
what's that shit you said last week? Like, nigga, lie.
Just fucking
you doing
lie,
that shit,
nigga,
just lie about it, bro. Why?
You don't gotta tell people that you like. I am perfectly like, I have been robbing and jacking. You know, I did that all of my young life. The first time I remember stealing, I was like 7, and the big homies who were like 8 or 9 were like, "Yo, let's steal candy bars." I've really been jacking and gaffling, graffiti, cars, like, you know, graffiti paint cars, everything, books. And so like, music was just, you know, like, of course I'm gonna buy an album for an artist I support, but especially when I was like 16, it's like, bro, what do you?
I don't got the money for that. And like, I got a lot of friends who are kind of similar, where they're like, they do take files and but obviously they're still very much advocating supporting artists. They just, you know, they don't have the money to support every single artist they enjoy. And in the current like landscape of hip hop we live in, it's kind of like, people are dropping so frequently. I don't got £30 a month to drop on one artist. You know what I'm saying? So
how many albums came out this month? This month had like fucking like, you know, like, even if that was my hobby to just buy everything I like, it's like, bro, it's like, no, I gotta have Uber Eats. I gotta, you know what I mean? Alcoholism and shit. Like, it'd be like, it's impossible. It's impossible to support your favorite artist. sometimes I just want to, have somebody bring it to me and shit. I pay for that labor.
No, yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
but you don't pay for artist labor. Okay, I see.
Like I can't pay for like. There'd be a real crazy world if it was like the only art that you're allowed to listen to was art that like you really really paid for and shit. Like, no subscription services, no things like that. Like, you go to your friend's house and like, yo, I really been itching to hear that Mercy shit.
Yeah,
please,
you can't listen to it unless you buy it as well. Like if you pop up to their house and they're like, you ain't bought this CD yet, bro. We can't play it together. We can't hear it shit together, man. Like,
I feel mega on the point of like if you like something enough, you should try to go out of your way to support it. Because like for example, SD Knack dropped the album. Was that last year or 2 years ago? I don't know. But like I'm not the craziest SD Knack guy, so so somebody in the server had the files. I was like, hey, let me get the files. I'm interested. I only listened to that shit once. And I just didn't play it again. But like if that was something like I kept going back to and I was like, oh, I really fuck with this, I would at some point make an effort to try whether I buy physical or buy digitally. At some point I'd make an effort to go purchase the album and support the artist. And like whether that's taking me like with some artists, it's taking me like weeks or a month to get around to it. But at some point, if I'm playing it enough, I'll make an effort to pay you for the art at some point.
Yeah, I guess one of the things I hadn't really considered in this is how long that kind of tradition of stealing shit has been around in various ways.
Forever.
And like how even the thing I mentioned before of, is it like, are you going to dictate whether or not I can play it around someone? Like at a certain point, the enjoyment of free art becomes such a loose and it becomes such a loose conversation that it kind of diverts into like meaninglessness, I suppose. And I do think it's at least like interesting that these cultures have formed and like how the new age of digital sharing has. I don't know necessarily whether propelled it into like a more easily accessible way of consuming art, but definitely something I see more frequently. But I know when I was young, I got my fucking BlackBerry tablet. I was on YouTube MP3 and every single Sonic soundtrack I could find. So it's like this tradition is something that obviously tradition, and I don't know whether it is in that sense, but this tradition is something that has been around my whole life, has been around before I was born. And when fucking the only thing anyone had was vinyls, you would go over to someone's house and they would play their vinyl collection, and you wouldn't have bought that shit. So it's not necessarily that all art needs to be purchased to enjoy, but I think there should at least be a consideration of the thing Trey's saying. Like, if you enjoy something, support that shit. You know what I mean? How long can we go sharing around files until an artist is like, man, I'm not making any money from this shit that I'm doing, and I need the time that I'm putting into my art to make money for a job or some shit. That shit can fall in and out of a phase sometimes. So I'm personally quite aware of what I do or don't still because of that.
It's quite important, especially what we're talking about in particularly when MP3s and file sharing became like a thing. It was very much utilized in a subculture of underground hip hop heads kind of came through because it allowed us to get cats that were bombing regionally. Like there was the regional cats in Minnesota and Hawaii and parts of California and like all these places. The file sharing allowed those albums to get exposure, to be shared, to be even cult classics in a lot of ways. There's so many underground independent albums that were like a phenomenon in time. Like everybody was just downloading and listening to it at the same time. Like Memphis Reigns, like Memphis Reigns, like Scorpion Circles, that shit was just everywhere. And part of the thing now is that because we have access to everything, to 1,000 TV shows, 1,000 movies, 1,000 albums, and 1,000 independent underground artists, a lot of people really don't value the art as anything other than this passing kind of moment that they just need to tap into. Let me tap into it. Do I like it? Not that much. You're never really going to get those artists those $3, and for listening to Spotify or Tidal or Apple or YouTube, you'd have to listen to it such an obscene amount of times to even give them you know, a
£1,
dollar,
yeah,
you know, one, you know, $1 or 100 yen or whatever you want to, you know, and when you buy art, when you physically own a piece of art, your labor is going into purchasing that too, you know, like it's not just some nebulous thing where it's like, oh, I pay for Spotify. Nobody says, oh, I pay for Spotify so I can have access to all of Stevie Wonder's music in particular. You know, it's always this wider thing. But people that still value art are going to, you know, purchase it. And when you put your labor power and your money into that, it just means more. And you know, that's why, like, you were happy to be like, oh shit, yeah, I got it, yeah, I'll make you a tape, yeah, no doubt, I'll dub it for you. I'm not gonna let you hold it, man. Last time I let you hold the Bobby Digital in stereo shit, it was all scratched up, bro. Like, I'll make you a tape, you know. And that's another one of those like person to person factors that was closer before. But and that person to person factor was independent cats sharing regional work and sharing these albums. And I'm sure that still emerges in some ways, but obviously people don't value art as much just because they're bombarded by it so much, and it's hard to value anything when it's like that.
Yeah, the kind of saturation of all of it is definitely it just like I suppose the kind of scale of pirating is probably more now because there's more things, you know. It's not like it's been an increase because the access to everything has gone up, you know. That makes a lot of sense to me.
This is not a music point, but with the domination of streaming services and the sheer number of them, pirating must be up, because who the fuck wants to play for HBO, Paramount, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, fucking, you know, Tubi or whatever other bullshit you got to pay for to do that? Like, why don't I just fucking steal? That's just tight. It's like somebody's going to pay for it, and if the market shifts, I'm just not the one. I'm too busy trying to pay rent, bro. Like, miss me with that.
I'm not, bro.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm not paying towards Madam Web, bro. I'm not paying towards Madam Web.
Tomoyuki, bring me that fucking Big Mac immediately, bro. I put it on priority. Leave it at my door. Yeah.
Use Uber Green. You know what I mean? Saving the environment while you bring me shit from McDonald's.
Yeah, you know. Again, this is like it's difficult, man. This is like you might be there. There are definitely some cats that I've seen that are like the conversation we were having in the Discord, where people were buying the album and charging people for it and shit.
Yeah,
like that's a sticky fucking thing to do.
Whose album were they doing that with?
We're not gonna say whose album they're doing it with, but
right.
You know,
but
it was like,
apparently
put it in the chat right now. Put it in the chat right now.
Folks, I mean, I think if you scroll up, you could probably see it. But folks was just talking about how like everybody, like some people put some money in to get an album, and then they started charging people to get it too. And so you had to put in money in this pot to get it, which I thought at first is like, oh, it's $100 album. You want to give them $100. Let's all, 10 of us put in $10 and we have the $100 album. Boom. 10 people get the album. If another person gets, another person joins, then we each get $1 back. 2 people join, we get we eventually it's like, oh, everybody just, we collectively purchased this album together, and it's good that we got the artist that money. That's great. That sounds phenomenal to me. If there's an album where you have to spend $77.77 to get, but if you at that point where you've paid for the album and then you start profiting off of it, that's where it got sticky to me. Where it's like, wait a second, they're charging you for the album, even though they already recouped all the the collective buying power shit. Like that's crazy. Ugly, bro. That's real. Like, yo, I paid for the OnlyFans, and if you give me $10, I'll give you all these OnlyFans links. That's essentially you are tricking. You are tricking, and you trying to pimp, but you just a little trick. Like, that is a nasty work.
Yeah,
that is super nasty work.
Yeah. And when you put it in those kind of terms, I guess you can kind of really see how gross that shit is. It's like, this is you profiting off of someone else's. I don't know. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to be here like intellectual property. I don't want to be doing that shit. But I do at the same time believe that at least in the current system we're in, that profiting off of it in that way is vampiristic. You know what I mean? Culture vulture shit. In my humble opinion.
You're right.
Yeah, I do think there's a mindful way to go about it. Like I mentioned briefly earlier, like Fanon did the Mercy joint. And I feel like if I'm ever like sharing files of any kind, like I don't advertise that shit. But like I feel like I saw a lot of niggas being like, "Yo, I got this. Hit me up. I'll give it to you." And I'm like, "Bruh, like the shit just came out. Like, where's the statute of limitations?" Yeah. Like, I don't
at least be respectful about that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Like,
at least be respectful.
I don't remember what it. I think it was around the time Black Label came out. Yeah. I don't remember the exact conversation, but we did have a conversation similar to this.
I remember it too, Trey, because I got an SCNAC album off one of the homies too. But to me, it was just like, that's a homie. It's like, yo, here go a tape of it. You know, that's fair to share. Like, it wasn't like who got it? Somebody,
I'll give it to you.
Yo, your friend of a friend got it. Tell him to get it to me. Here's my email. That's crazy.
I also think like in a sense, like in terms of with the Black Label shit and White Label, like I don't like, obviously I'm not saying, oh, share everything. But in a sense, like I don't think that is the same when it comes to like a physical thing. Is like once that's sold out, they're not making any more money of it. You know what I'm saying? Not like to be like, oh, this is the morally correct way to do it. But you know, in that sense, in that occasion, I mean, when Black Label or White Label sell out when they're on tour, that's it. You know what I mean? Sharing a file isn't affecting Wood's pockets at that stage.
That was to my point though. This was during they were still touring off of it. And I remember when I went and I got like an actual physical version of Black Label, I remember being at the show and like people were making a conscious decision not to buy Black Label because like, yeah, I got the files. Why would I buy it?
What?
So and I remember like somebody
nigga, don't say that shit in public. Like, wow, man, I wish I could buy it too. Can I come to your house and listen to it? You're like, lie, nigga.
Well, yeah, I remember somebody
with their honesty.
Yeah, people on the timeline talking about it. And I think it was Woods or Elucid. They were like jokingly like, I see you, nigga. But it's like, if you go do that shit, don't do it in my face. Like, at least try to be slick about it.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna go to our local shop, pick up like a huge fucking shopping bag of shit and just walk in front of the security guard like this. You know what I'm saying? Like you got be a little sneaky about that shit, man. You know, go to the self-checkout, pretend to scan shit and then leave. Like it's as easy as that, man.
I don't understand why people still feel so zealous and like entitled to speak on that shit. Like I remember when Cav's album, A Different Type Time came out, and it was going for like $100, and it was like all the other Backwoods albums ain't no $100 and shit. I was like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? You have no idea how much effort he put into this, and if he wants his value, his art at that level, then let him do that. Buy it or don't buy it.
You can listen.
Buy it or don't buy it. And it was on street. It wasn't like it was.
Yeah, it was
like completely.
They were talking about the wax. They were talking about the wax.
Yeah, the album, the physical, and it's just like, bro, buy the $100 album so you could say that you supported them buying that $100 album because you value it. You know what I mean? Like, bro.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't buy that shit. I didn't buy it. I like the album. I didn't buy it. I bought Cine. Yeah. I bought the. What's it called? The Death Tape 2. I bought those shits, you know what I mean? Support what you can, support what you want to support. You don't got to be like, oh, I can't support this. Is too. Just don't.
Bro, like, I you know, like for me,
don't.
I really need to just start lying. I'm gonna do it or don't.
Do it or don't, bro.
Do it or don't. Do it or don't. No, but like, bro, you know, I should just start lying because it will save me money. I am the one who is buying digital albums from Bandcamp to support artists where I could steal those albums. I would save so much money. I could eat a double cheeseburger. You know what I mean? Like, see, this is the like if I had a different type of ethics or, you know, like a moral compass, but I'm gonna start lying. Oh yeah, Cole, I bought your album yesterday. You know, like, yeah, I got your album.
I bought your album and here you are with your double cheeseburger. I'm like, how did you afford that? If you bought my album, how'd you buy that cheeseburger, man?
Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah, cats are just corny. Like that's the problem with pirating. It's just like if you do a corny, then
that's also a symptom of like how you're talking about. You don't really have to do it in a physical format anymore. It's like you just there's not like any tangible value to it. But
Cat's got to be feeling gassed up to be like, I got the album. Who wants it? I'll sell it. Oh, you know what I mean? Like a part of it has got to be like, I'm the one with it. Oh,
you got
like,
some power.
Your white ass now.
Like you suddenly have a place.
Niggas actually do that though.
Yeah,
like I think niggas be like, I got the files. No, I'm not giving it to you. I might give it to you though. Like niggas, do it or devil.
See, do it or yeah. I'm gonna start bragging more on the early albums that I get from people and shit, and start selling those on the low. Like, yo, I got the new Zilla Rocker who wanted $10. $10.
I remember one time. This is just a crazy anecdote. Yeah, crazy. I remember Fick learned that Ro got an album early, and he just tweeted saying it was great. He just tweeted saying the album was great. And the artist, knowing that only Ro would have it, was like, how the fuck did you get that shit again? And Fick had not heard that shit. So he just getting niggas in trouble, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In trouble, bro.
That is crazy. I've never passed an album off. I passed an album off once, but I asked. I said, yo, I might do the review with Dash. Can I pass it to him? And it was like, yes. And
well, that's like, Gardner Lewis. That's Lewis Gardner.
Yeah, the one and only.
Shout out to Dash Gardner Lewis, the article guy who writes articles.
Shout out.
I'm gonna bring him up later in the Proximus conversation.
Hell yeah, we should have him on the pod.
We should have him
on the pod.
I'm not against it. But I feel like we're talking about if you like an album enough, you should support it. But it's a certain album that came out recently that niggas aren't so eager to support. Like Mega said, this new Mercy album by Armand Hammer. He's not going out his way to buy it, and that's not the first time I've heard that. I mean, Co here, she's talking about how she hates the album.
I hate that shit, bro.
I wanted to bring up. I mean, I went back and forth on if I wanted this to be my topic or not, but I don't even have like an insane argument for this album. I just think it's a good album, and I feel like there's been varying degrees of discourse. Of like, this is a good album, but not really, but also like the shit's kind of whack, but also like it's solid. And then there's always the niggas who are like, it's the best shit ever. I'm not on that boat yet, but like it's a fire album. I'm happy to hear new Armand Hammer. So I guess I'm just here to get certain perspectives from it. I feel like there's I don't know. I feel like there is some level of fatigue with Armand Hammer in general, or just Backwoods in general, where like you're doing like putting out great work for so long. I feel like there is like a point where like you either get burnt out or even like you just set the bar so high it's hard to get back up there again.
Yeah, like
so I just want to see what y'all thought about the album, because I quite enjoyed it, but I know I enjoy it more than most.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I enjoyed the album. You know what I mean? Like that's my thing is I don't have like a crazy hot take on it, or even like
I do have a hot take, but I'm away.
Oh, okay, word. I personally like. I listen to it and I'm like, this is Armand Hammer doing the thing they do, which is be good, be really great, be amazing rappers, and like push producers to do interesting work. You know what I mean? I think there's a few joints on here that I'm like, you know what I mean? This is kind of like a little bit lame to me, and the beat goes on for too long, and it's a da-da-da-da-da. But you know, I could nitpick anything, and in the same sense, like I can find fault to this album, but they're not like fuck everything Armand Hammer does on this project, or fuck everything Alchemist does on this project. The high moments of this album are extremely high. The low moments, they're just like a little bit, they're just like good. They're just like, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Long Johns, that's the crazy. That beat's fucking ridiculous. That's like one of my favorite beats Alchemist has ever made.
Tighten up.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy. That part in the chorus where it's like building and building, and they got the piano trills in the right ear, and the fucking crazy and vocal inflection Cleo Reed, is that her name? Cleo Reed's going for. Like that section is one of the best things I've heard in any Armand Hammer track. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I'm not here being like super excited about this album, but I'm very excited about that one track, and I'm very excited where their relationship with Cleo Reed that they currently seems to be building is going. You know what I'm saying? So like, this album's good. Yeah, album's good.
I'm just instead of giving my opinion, I'm just going to read lines from Dash's Pitchfork review and pretend like they're mine. Now, there's a pronounced urgency on Mercy, grounding it in the here and now.
Whoa!
Yeah, so pontificate on that for a bit. We'll circle back later. No, one of the like I really agree with Trey, and I'm not sure if I'm experiencing some type of fatigue, because as Trey and I talked on the secret portion of the Patreon level conversation when we talk about Gollywog and Gollywog, I was saying that like I like the Woods album. I think it's really good. It doesn't necessarily reach some of the heights or the enjoyment that I got from previous works, but even those in themselves were subjective and not even towards any like objectivity. I just happen to like certain things more than others. And when it comes to this one, I think that they're absolutely rapping at an incredibly high tier. Every single song has lines and bars and thoughts that I think are brilliant and delivered with fucking fervor and just really strong. I think the features are great. I think the production is solid and moving and varied and different enough to separate itself from other Alchemist work that was recent, and also from Haram. It sounds sonically different than Haram. It moves, it's a bit quicker. There's a lot of particulars about this album that do make it distinct from every single other album that they've had, but this one, just for whatever reason, did not stick with me as long. My first listen was like, wow, that was really good. Or like, wow, I got to run that song back a couple times. That was crazy. But it was not like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, the first time hearing Haram, I was like, what the fuck is Stone Fruit? Like, it doesn't have those moments, but I don't know. It's what Trey said. It's like when everything is good, it's just like, all right, another good one. I almost want like something radically different in a way, just because they can probably, but at the same time, like if their direction is this, like, then I'm just going to be the tier fan. It's like, wow, this is really good. I've never been a person who like overly glazes an artist and like, I love Aesop Rock. I fucking don't listen to him every month. You know what I mean? Like, same with Armand Hammer and shit. Like, I will champion them to the sky, and I don't have anything negative to say about this. But I also just kind of feel like if I had to assign a number to it, I think like an 8 is fine. But for my enjoyment of it, probably a little bit lower.
Album so bad, Mega started rating albums. He
started using numbers and shit.
I don't know how to like really
Fantano on him.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a strong to light 0.8. You're the best. You're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Ugliest.
The whole script, nigga.
Script.
That's crazy.
Bro, I haven't listened to Fantano in years, but he was doing that like 8 years ago. Of course, I know Fantano 8 years ago.
I think one of the things I pegged about the album is I feel like Woods and Elucid, both on their solo endeavors and the Armand Hammer endeavors, like so much of it has been like escalating from the point of Haram onwards, and I feel like the soundscapes got bigger and like the approaches got more varied, and so I feel like going from Haram to We Buy Diabetic Test Strips to Revelator to all that shit getting back here, I can't see why it would be kind of underwhelming for some people, but this project kind of hit me similar to like why I enjoy Furtive Movements and why that's one of my favorite joints from them, which is like there's no big overarching like message that I've gotten so far. There's no like giant through line or like big sonic undertaking. This feels like early Armand Hammer where like they're just rapping and I enjoy it a lot. Peshawar is fire to me. They also got like fresh shit like Calypso Gene, like that. I love that track even when it came out as the single. I love how they like tackle like the feeling of like being black and like kind of being immersed in church culture, but like you don't feel like fully included in the culture, but like that's still your people at the end of the day. So you're like, it's still.
That's how I feel about the navy blue shit. Like, we gonna get to that. That navy blue shit is like, oh
we gonna talk.
I appreciate it as like a rap album, just like on some rap shit, and I just been playing it casually a lot, and I feel like I have had this experience with Armand Hammer or just like Woods and Elucid solo joints in general, where like when I want to play it, I like part of me has to like mentally prepare to be like, yeah, because it's a lot. These projects are a lot. The sounds are a lot. But this one, it feels like I could just like throw it on and let it play, and I'm just like listening to good raps, and like that's what I got out of Furtive. So I like this for that reason. I haven't like thought to rank it or anything, but it probably wouldn't be that high. But I don't know, just good music. That's my thoughts on it.
You know what I like about this one is like there's been this thing with like backwoods, especially Woods and Woods, and I would say Armand Hammer more than Elucid in a lot of ways. A lot of people don't give Elucid like try to get like a historical and deep into theory on some fucking shit. So many of their albums, like when you listen to it, you're expected to be like trying to pull all of these deep elements of it, and it's like homework sometimes. Yeah, it's like it'd be like homework sometimes, and that is one of the things that I like about some of these songs. Like I'm listening to it, and I'm just like, oh, that's really dope to say about SOR. That's really dope to say about AI. That's really dope to say about a bitch ass nigga and shit. Like I like all of these things.
Get up early and go to work, and the spot is trash.
Yeah, and so it's really good, but I think a thing with a lot of their work and a lot of great art in general is that the more you listen to it, it kind of unpeels itself more a lot of times. And I imagine, 2 years from now, I'm gonna be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, maybe you know what I mean? Like this has moved up in the rankings of the Armand Hammer fucking catalog for me. But right now it's just, it's good. I like it. It's, didn't blow my fucking, my hairline back anymore. It's like, it's just fine. Like, I think it's hard. I got a few favorite songs on it and, and I'll run those up more.
Yeah. One thing about this that I really like though, the album, like in the way it's structured, is they're doing the duo shit where they just rap back and forth over and over and over again. Dude, I've been wanting them to do that shit, bro. It's so good. It's so good, and it's mad like kinetic. It's one thing that I think. It's one thing I think is kind of missing. Not missing, but it's kind of absent from their previous work. Is kind of the speed at which that you can move a track by doing that bouncing back and forth. You know what I mean? A lot of their previous work feels like very measured and like moving at a slower pace, but a lot of this album feels like it's just rocketing at you, and I think that's very much in part to their like different approach rapping wise, and I really enjoy that approach, and it's really interesting watching them like kind of, because how these niggas is abstract, they're doing things that they're not just like barring out, so it's really interesting watching these guys like in the space of like 8 bars, which is shorter than their usual, still building a really concrete idea, and then onto the next. I do kind of miss, and something I've always kind of wanted them to do a little more is like have a more like specific thing to say, like as a unit. You know what I mean? And like kind of they'd be exploring the same ideas, but I always feel like kind of, not always, but occasionally a song will feel like this was a great Elucid verse, this was a great Woods verse. It comes together to be a great song, but I feel like it'd be like a more interesting song for me personally if they were both leading towards the same point but in different ways, you know what I'm saying? And that's not really present here. I wasn't expecting it to be necessarily. I didn't listen to any of the singles, but I heard the first song, and that's kind of sets up a really good expectation on what the rest of the album's going to be. It's good music. It's good music.
To that point, I feel like I felt more of a through line on like some of these songs than usual. Like Dog Eared, it feels like they're on the same page, just like approaching it similarly. Then they also do like callbacks in between tracks, like on No by Mouth, like Wood says, my day's short, like December in Geneva, and then like on Elucid's verse, he like comes back and he says, my day's long, like summer in Helsinki. And I I like them doing shit like that, more interplay, especially on tracks like Scandinavia, where like that's a pretty standard Alchemist beat, but like Woods is just like talking slick as hell on that, and like they're just going back to back. So I do like that about the project. Did I have a greater point off of that? I don't think so. No.
Fair enough. One of the things that I was thinking about, and it goes back to the point of like fatigue, or where they like if it's all good, like is there another high watermark? Is there something that they could do to change it up? And I was wondering, like, what would it take for me to be like, well, this is different than them rapping over beats? Would it have to be like a really avant-garde, fully like jazz type of approach with all like live instrument players going through it, or would it have to be like LP does the album? Something that would just be like, wow. Because I don't know if there's like another single producer in the community that I'd be like, wow, that they could work with. Kenny's of the best, like Still Tip Dub.
Mhm.
You know, even JPEG
I mean-
Mafia has done beats for them. L is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
who is of the
Yeah,
level
yeah,
that
that's
would
a really good point.
really make me say, okay,
Oh,
this
shit.
has got to be something different. Like they've got to do something different. With this, I was just like, oh yeah, this is probably going to be some dope shit.
Yeah, and
But
I think
I wonder what it's going to be though.
Yeah, one thing as well is like I remember when the album was coming out. I'm a hater in it, you know. You know how I is. I was coming out. I was like, Alchemist. They could have worked with like DJ Haram, August Fun. Like I could list loads of people I'd rather.
The DJ Haram album is definitely happening.
It needs to happen. It needs to happen, dude. It needs to happen. Like as much as I said that in jest right now, if that album doesn't come out,
that's a lot.
I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up
2027. I'm calling it,
bro. Yeah, yeah. Like that would like the kind of the more interesting soundscapes is kind of where I want them to go. But like, you know, I don't need to like everything they drop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not kind of being like here, like, why did they do this to me? Because they dropped an album with a producer that I don't think is like constantly blowing my mind and shit. You know what I'm saying? I can sit here and be like, oh, I don't really like the beat for Scandinavia. I really don't like the beat for Moonbow. I love the beat for Long Johns. And I'm like, you know, that's kind of a symptom of an Alchemist album is he makes his beats how he makes his beats, you know what I'm saying? And I do think that the Armand Hammer name kind of pushed him to do more interesting stuff on this album. But,
yeah,
you know,
not as much as the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get for sure. Like Stone Fruits, I mean, even then I think like even the way that they approach the beats on this like rapping wise is crazy. Like Stone on Haram, I mean, like there's no song that really gives them, I guess, the space to do what the fuck Elucid's doing on Stone Fruit. You know what I mean? That nigga really came in on a cyclone. Like you can't do that shit over
I think the mega point where it's like, what can they do next? I think that's kind of why I appreciate this album, like in the way it's delivered, because they have been doing crazy shit for a while, and it's like, oh, it's crazier and crazier and crazier. And I kind of appreciate them like getting on some like cleaner production and talking about like some more simpler shit. I have to glaze Quelle because Quelle is my goat. This nigga on Glue Traps, the way he approached that track, where crazy. He's like, bro, hit the flows he's doing, where he's like da 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 on white soap and they wash, and then he'll do fucking what's his one scheme?
I did it, mama. I did it, pops. What?
Yeah. That's my favorite verse on the album. That's my favorite verse on the album.
For the bucket or two, so fucking can't be stuck in neutral, zigzag and zig business as usual, and then gang run for numbers. Like this nigga's crazy. Like
he's insane, bro.
Like that.
Yeah,
he's not.
And
he's Long Johns is so good.
Yeah, shake that a little, like naughty, that naughty.
Yeah. He's so crazy. Like even like what? That's my favorite verse on the album, which is kind of fucked up to say about an Armand Hammer album, but
it's
so far I was just like
that great, bro.
I was like, damn. In my little Radio Free Mega episode, I talk about Quelle and how much I love that song, but I don't know if that's coming out. I don't know if I'm gonna release that first record or that first episode.
Most of these Yakubian products making dollars in the industry are simply DIIs, and then if we keep it funky, keep it over. Like just weird shit like that is so good.
He's so great, dude. Where's this fucking solo album? We need another solo album. Nah,
bro, he's too busy curating for the.
Get that shit on my desk now.
I need a new Quelle album.
Get that shit on my desk by noon, nigga. Nah, but yeah, Quelle's insane. I'm not a big fan of the beat for Glue Traps. I think it's kind of.
You're gonna say that.
But.
It's just fine.
The way Quelle comes on it like kind of makes me like, oh shit, it kind of picks out a few really interesting rhythmic ideas the beat does actually have and brings forward a lot of really interesting dynamics of the beat. You know what I mean? And that's what I like rappers doing, you know what I mean? I'd rather you have it do it over a more interesting beat, but you know, I didn't say that.
Now that's what it is though. Like, you know, Quelle is a jazz man. He brings his instrument, and his instrument is his mind and his styles. And what he brings to that track is a flow that I don't think I've heard anybody bomb that before. And it's just kind of nuts the way he puts it together. And on top of it, just like sounding fly and the pattern being dope, he really talking some shit on that. He really talking some shit on that. And yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I love that song. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, it's serious. It's serious.
I don't know if I got anything like overarching to say. There's just like a lot of small musical moments that I like Elucid or on the first track where it's like no very special Negro show tonight. And he belts that shit for real. And I'm like, that's so good. And I even like how he approaches dog-eared, where he's like talking about like fucking attachment issues, and then he'll like say to the side and be like, "Man, that's fair. Like you're not always gonna be attached to them." I just like shit like that. So it's mostly like small moments like that.
Wait, I want to quickly touch on dog-eared a little more. Wood's verse on that. That's my favorite verse on the album personally. The kind of meandering he does after asked, what's a poet good for in these years, in these times? And then I think like a really smart thing he does in that is the answer to that question is the verse, you know, the kind of meandering and noticing of like very small individual moments of beauty and bringing those to your attention. Like I think, like I'm not saying that's entirety the totality of what a poet does in these days, but you know, as I'm kind of like I'm in my poetry bag right now, I'm researching shit. As I'm getting closer and closer to the kind of trying to figure out the answer to those questions, having one of my favorite rappers ever just outright be like, this is a kind of abstract idea around what poetry in my mind is for, or in someone's mind could be for, is something really interesting.
Yeah,
and also to the point is like he ends the verse being like, I don't know, but has already kind of illustrated that point without needing to have the exact words for it. It's just brilliant. It's brilliant.
I'm gonna have to interrogate that one more.
I was really happy to hear that from Woods, because I feel like so much of the past year, like even when I'm like trying to write and like make my own art, I'm like, part of me is like I'm making the art because it's fulfilling for me. But like I've had this thought like fucking all year, like why am I making this? Like this shit, like I'm doom scrolling, taking on all this fucking bloodshed and fucking terrible shit going on. I'm like, it's the point. I don't give a fuck about the album. But I did like hearing that from him and hear his perspective and like seeing that that's something he thinks about as well.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Genuinely, that verse is like, that's up there as one of the verses of the year for me. Next to like Nakamura on the first verse of Ghost. Like it's crazy. Not even that one, like the closer of that album as well. Like, yeah, Nakamura's on my list for best verse on too many of the joints on there. He's crazy.
Sure.
Nakamura's the GOAT.
Truly incredible. This album's great. I just need more time with it, maybe. I don't know.
I think I need some time removed from it.
Might go down in history as the most okay Armand Hammer album of all time.
No, I mean, for me, it's like I'm gonna leave it for a while. With like when Diabetic Test Strips came out, I was really interested in the sound of it, but I wasn't loving how it came together. And then, you know, I gave it a few weeks and I came back to it, and now that's top 2 Armand Hammer for me. You know what I'm saying? So maybe all I need with this album is to just leave it alone for a bit.
Yeah. This being the most okay Armand Hammer album is a testament to how dope they are.
Yeah,
because
so true.
It's so dope, but if this is their okay joint, I mean, shit. Yeah.
True. I mean, like, so I like so much of this. I did kind of like, I didn't dread this album coming out, but I was like a little annoyed because like, just by virtue of Alchemist working on this, there was like so much, like niggas were predisposed to dislike the album. I'm just saying, I'm not saying on some like Armand Hammer Glaze shit. I saw niggas flip and be like, oh shit, nah, the Haram shit was actually whack because I don't like Alchemist anymore. That was just annoying that I had to go into niggas talking about this album and they're already pissed because Alchemist don't wish no foul shit on nobody on earth.
Well, apparently, you know, even though he's just a white dude with a lot of black homies and shit, apparently this nigga's nefarious and twisting his mustache trying to fucking get his 144,012 tribes of fucking, I don't know, people together. I don't have no idea of how deep he was in those tunnels during COVID going to the synagogues and shit. But apparently this nigga was really underground with the Jews trying to get, you know what I mean? Trying to get these niggas out of here. Yeah, we gotta get these Palestinians out of here.
Yeah,
no,
man,
it was so crazy. Like it's such a fucking like non-conversation. I kind of felt bad for him about it at the time. It's just like, bro, but just because my mom Jewish and shit, like I don't know what to tell you. Like, what you want me to do? Like, god damn. Like, oh my god.
It kept on getting more and more ridiculous as well. Like I remember seeing it at first and I was like, damn, that's a little crazy. He probably isn't that because, you know, he's just like a guy with no politics. And like being apolitical isn't great, but he's just a dude. You know what I'm saying?
He just a
lot of rappers
makes some dope beats.
Yeah,
that'd be the thing. It's like, goddamn, like not everybody's like a political actor, even though they fucking center themselves on political shit online. But
and
that's a real childish kitty thing that I saw going on. With that.
It's also like, I think I think it's interesting is like a lot of the people who we don't have those questions for, they don't got good politics either, but they're black and they talk about being black. So then, blackness is inherently political to these folk, and it is
a lot of political rappers got shitty politics.
Yeah,
your favorite rapper is a neoliberal. All your Afrocentric politics is really just bullshit. Like y'all niggas ain't Pan-African worth a goddamn, not even just a little bit. Y'all niggas is fucking Colin Powell, Barack Obama. Plus a couple Tupac quotes. Miss me with that shit. Yeah.
Well,
the God.
I'm doing a little low effort segue, but
no, you can't trade.
I don't know how to segue into posthumous albums, bro.
That shit.
We need to get that shit. Hey, no. As a result of all of this, we need to kill Alchemist, bro. We need to kill that nigga. And speaking of diet.
I mean, I was just gonna.
Speaking of murdering that white man, that Jewish devil,
shout out the Carline or the Armand Hammer album, but I guess that works too.
Oh, word, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, your one might have been nice. Yeah. That's my
fault. Yo, calling people jackal is something that need to come back. I remember when my old OGs, the old guys that used to fucking build with me, they used to love calling a white bitch a jackal. It would be like, now this jackal ass bitch trying to get I'm like, damn, bro, like why she gotta be a jackal? Like, nigga, I don't know if I ever seen that shit. Is that like a real animal or is it just like, like
a metaphor? I'm doing that shit right now, bro.
Hey,
that's like it's like a really skinny ass wolf, bro. This shit ain't got no meat in his bones.
They're like coyotes or scavengers, or like hyenas and shit. But just you don't ever be like watching, fucking Animal Planet. And be like,
what's that Mexican monster that's not real?
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra. Like that.
Yeah, nah. You don't ever be watching Animal Planet and be like, notices the jackal creeps up on the Negro and steals its art. Right now, what it's going to try to do is establish some pheromones that will attract the Negro to the drumless beat. Oh, yes.
Oh,
wait for it.
Mega shot, bro. Talk about your damn topic, bro.
Hey, all right. All right, jackal. All right, no. So yeah, this posthumous shit. The reason I wanted to get into this discussion is because there have been, we have deaths like shout out to June Classic, PACE, D'Angelo. We constantly are losing some of the greatest people to ever make music and art, and there have been a few posthumous albums that have come out. For example, the new Mobb Deep, which was created with his posse with Havoc and as a labor of love, I suppose. That shout out to Prodigy, and also this new Big L, which shout out to Dash. He had wrote a review in Pitchfork on that, and there's also talk about other posthumous albums coming out. D'Angelo just passed. We're hearing that there's going to be a D'Angelo posthumous album, perhaps curated by Questlove, and also Boldy and Dilla is something I heard about for a while. Also Ross G and Mock Hami. And so of course it's not just a phenomenon that happens in hip hop, but there's hella variables that come to play with it too. And some artists have released such prolific amounts of work that you can expect there would be like something after. Like Tupac and Juice WRLD seem to have done a lot of work while alive. And so we got fucking like 7 albums from Tupac after he died because he was prolific. And they weren't like the first 2 were fine. Like Are You Still Down is great, but sometimes when an artist dies working on an album, it's cool to get that next joint. And that's what happened with Big L. Like he was working on the big picture. He was working on the big picture before he died. We got that. Same with Tupac. Machiavelli is working on the album when he died. Kind of like Camuteo for King of Hearts. He was working on some music and he passed away. And his people, they came together and they put those albums out. Now, the shit that Dash reviewed on Pitchfork, he gave it a 5.9.
Wait, he
which
didn't do
seems
that. Wait, I just want to quickly say
collectively.
He doesn't.
Well, collectively they.
Yeah,
right.
Pitchfork is a publication, but Dash doesn't choose the score even a little bit.
Right. It's always it's a collective. It's a collective kind of amalgam of their score.
A bunch of white people in the room come up with numbers.
They give their scores and then it comes to it. They average the scores or whatever. But it was a 5.9. But reading Dash's article, I kind of feel that type of thought coming through. In the article, he writes, it's a tonally confusing collection that sometimes scans as reverent homage, but often comes across as hollow and perfunctory. And that's one of my main issues with some of these posthumous albums. And that's why I wanted to kind of talk about it. Like for me, there's so many artists that I've been a hip hop head for such a long time. There's an endless number of artists that I have respect for who have passed. But at a certain point, you no longer want to hear Ghostface rapping over J Dilla's Lightworks. At a certain point, you don't want to hear a fifth Nujabes album. At a certain point, you have to understand that you've been like, Big L has been gone for so long, and him not having his foot in the work to curate this and make this the way it sounds is almost a little bit disrespectful. There's a part of me that I'd like to be a little bit optimistic, but a lot of this shit kind of feels like cash grabs. Not like malicious ones, but ones like, we have this, we're the family, we're the estate, we can share this art that everybody loves, but also make $1 off of the shit.
Yeah.
And it's a weird thing for me. Like, I don't really want to support that. I listened to the Big L once. I listened to the Prodigy Mobb Deep joint, and those are kind of like fine. But more often than not, it just don't feel fucking right to me.
I'm always like, I think with posthumous albums, I've always taken a pretty like strong I don't like them stance, which isn't necessarily true, but it's more so in the sense of from a conceptual basis, I'm kind of against the idea of like reanimating a corpse just like so you can make some music and sell that music using this person's like accumulated clout from their death. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like there's definitely an element of that I find really just gross in general, and that you can't, no matter how ethical you are with it, you can't sidestep. You know what I'm saying? The idea of you're profiting from this person dying is a innate part of posthumous records. It's impossible for that not to be a part of it. Literally impossible. And I find that to be a kind of problematic aspect of it. And what I'm always trying to see when it comes to posthumous record is kind of like a great amount of transparency on the behalf of the people making it. Kind of in the sense of what you meant to say before, like, oh, this is the family who own this record, and this is the sorry, you just changed your name on the fly, and that really caught me off guard. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the family, like, they own this stuff, and they're aware of, okay, we can make some money from this, and it's always like, as much as I fully believe like Dilla's estate, you know, after losing someone who was very dear to them, they should be financially stable. Everyone should be financially stable. But then it also comes into question on what do we like perceive this art to be for? You know what I mean? How much do we value a complete body of work if we are going to add to it after that person is no longer able to add to it themselves? You know what I'm saying? Like who is anyone? Not even just the family members, not even just the labels, not even just for close friends. Who is anyone to decide what someone's legacy should be after they've already gone? You know what I mean? I think that's one aspect of it that I just always I always bump up against, and I always have issue with. Like, as much as I've listened to Dilla's like posthumous beat tapes, there's a lot of really great beats on them. There's a lot of beats that if I made them, I'd be like, nigga, why did you drop that shit? You know what I'm saying? And it's like that is a huge part of it to me. And then you know, you add the extra layer of you're giving them shit to Bodie James. Bodie James wasn't even rap. He was barely a rapper when Dilla died. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
what is the relationship between Ross G and Makami? Like, I didn't know.
Makami has a few beats from Ross. I'm not like entirely sure what the relationship was, but it has been. Makami is he's mad mysterious in any way. So I don't know. He could have a crazy relationship. He could have none. You know, it's not. It's hard. But like
You're
they've
right.
worked together before, you know. I'm not gonna.
I was
make
just
the
curious,
assumption that
like this Big L shit. It was like part of it was like curated by fucking Royce the 5'9".
It had
Like-
Mac Miller on it, and Big L did not know who Mac Miller was.
how old was
He
Mac
don't-
Miller? How old is Mac Miller?
He probably don't know
when
Royce
that guy
either.
died, bro?
He probably was a good boy.
Nah,
Yeah,
like
it's crazy.
I was like fucking 16 when the Big Picture dropped. But I had heard the freestyles on Stretch and Bob. Like those were kind of legendary being shared amongst homies, but like Big L, I was already like 16, and so fucking yeah, Mac Miller? Well, he must have been like fucking what, like 7? Like what is the purpose of that? Like it just doesn't. It seems a bit fucking strange. Like why? Like if you want to give homage or like homage or really respect to an artist, like why not like how Elzai did the fucking Elmatic shit? Like where he's like taking the like why not do something like this? You know what I mean? Like we got artists that love Big L. Let's have us flip Ebonics. You know what I mean? Let's all write and flip Ebonic shit on the same beat type of shit. Like it always just seems it seems less about the like reverence a lot of times than it does seem about kind of like the financial imperative. Like you don't
like
really see underground artists don't eat off of that shit. You know what I mean? Like even you got a homie that passed away that people love. It's like, nah, I'm not just gonna release these unreleased tracks with my homie who died just for the fans need it. You know what I mean? Like it rarely happens. And it's just I don't know.
And obviously,
man.
you see it at the level of a Juice WRLD because he was wildly popular before he passed and then wildly popular after. And like there's artists who've had like posthumous records, but the amount that Juice WRLD has had, the amount that Pop Smoke has had, like obviously that is directly proportional to the amount of money they can make from them niggas. You know what I'm saying? The amount of that XXXTentacion has had, like it's
I remember when XXXTentacion died. When XXXTentacion died, Trey hit me up and was like, I had the files. And he was like, yo, give me the files, give me the files. And I was like, calm down, bro. $5, Buster.
Listen, I have dominion over this topic as a fallen XXXTentacion fan. Real quick, I just remember I did get my hot take off for the last topic.
Oh yeah,
real quick. We're not gonna go on a tangent. I'm gonna say it real quick. We're gonna let it be. The production on Alfredo 2 is better than Mercy. Okay. So now
I actually don't care.
I
didn't know if I should do this or do this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I listened to like 5 joints of that and I was like, I'm good.
Mega correctly pointed out that I was a big XXXTentacion fan in my
I was just lying,
years.
but
well, I mean I've said it a few times. So I was a big fan. I knew all that nigga's music, I knew all the leaks. And then when he died, I was like a little 15-year-old boohoo crying, doing the dishes. My grandma was like, "Well, why are you crying?" I'm like, "My favorite rapper just died."
You would understand.
They dropped the first posthumous joint. And I'm a kid. I don't got critical thinking skills. But I'm like, this is respectable. I feel like I'm parasocial as fuck at this point. So I'm like, I get it with the family. I get it, everything. There were songs that like I consciously heard that I knew he was working on. So I'm like, this isn't that bad. This isn't that bad. Then they dropped another joint. And this one was some bullshit, bro. They had the nigga. Let me see the features. They had PNB Rock. They had Trippie Redd. They had Rick Ross. They had Tom G, Noah Cyrus, Tory Lanez. I'm like,
Noah Cyrus, nigga.
Tom G.
I feel disgusting. What are they doing to my favorite rapper? I felt some type of way. Shortly after that, I stopped being a fan, but a lot of niggas in my age group who grew up with like those artists, and Juice WRLD included as their favorite artists, they saw as like their like favorite artists, like their work got bastardized. And like even Juice WRLD, for example, it started out really respectful. Like the family was handling it very well, I think. And then at some point, the niggas was like, album. And like it got to a point where the niggas posthumous albums did better than the albums when he was alive. The breaking records all while he was dead on the album he had zero involvement in. And that shit always felt weird. And like I try to take the mindset of like leave it up to the families because like they know better at the end of the day. But at some point it like
do they?
At some point it's like I don't even know. And like even with the D'Angelo shit, Like I know for a fact, like he was precious as fuck with this shit. He was super precious with his work.
Yeah,
Prince too. Like guaranteed, they've got.
Yeah, I'm
files.
like even if the mom approves it, I think I saw the mom approve it. I'm like, I don't know to what extent. I mean, but like also, like I'm like, shit, she deserves to live comfortably, like Co said. So I don't even know. And I also think of it like from my perspective, like not that I'm like fucking anybody relevant enough to say, but like I like
I'm looking all your music, bro. I'm just saying.
I view my art as like
what's up? I
view my art as an extension of myself. I view it as an extension of myself. Like this is my output. This is my representation of me.
Yeah.
And to some level, I'm like, if I died and my last work is like representative of me, or like where I was at that time of my life, part of me's like, maybe I would want people to hear like what I was at that point in time. But it definitely gets like real like weird with like how much money is to be made from just like these posthumous releases in general. I feel like the Mac Miller's family handled it very well. Like they're extremely transparent, talking about his work process and all that. And like to my knowledge, he doesn't have any more new albums coming out. But
I mean, he's also on that Big L album though. So to what extent?
That is true.
You know what I mean? He's got a feature on that Talib Kweli album that dropped. Yeah. I don't know if them niggas were friends.
You imagine that as, you know, I never really listened to Mac Miller shit. I've heard like 2 songs and shit like that, right? But I've also heard he's tremendous. And a big fan of the culture and somebody that was deeply loved by a lot of niggas in the culture too. So I imagine he was probably one of the cats who's like giving reverence to all the, like, I love Big Daddy Kane, I love Slick Rick, I love Big L, I love Biggie. And so like for his family, it's like given this opportunity, like that's kind of a cool thing, you know, 2 different generations. Let's put it together. I see the vision. I just don't give a fuck about the vision. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I see the vision. I just don't give a fuck about the vision. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that do, you know, fucking, I guess Mac was, you know, he was the Big L of his time or something. I don't fucking know. Like,
I mean,
you know,
they both had problematic lyrics about women. So
yeah. That nigga Mac, like, that was a wild.
All of us, right?
Mac grew up though.
Yeah, he was weird about shit about Asian women for a while, weird shit about black women. You know how it is, but you know,
every nigga in the '90s was problematic about women.
Mac Miller
like, nigga, we're going to have to dig up your music, bro. You have to dig up some shit.
Oh no,
in a freestyle circle, fucking 30 years ago.
Where I'm like, I love black women, but I can't stand black bitches. All the whores and the trickers. Yeah. You got a baby in the garbage. You garbage. Oh my God.
Dude, I said don't do it.
I can't help myself.
Say some crazy shit.
No, like I've actually, you know, I was on the bleeding edge. I was on the woke edge all the way by 2000. I already was not not
cutting edge woke.
I'm proud of myself. The cutting edge of woke. We were the early stages of like.
I did get woke.
Can I just do something and not be gay? Like I'm trying to just drink water. I didn't notice that my pinky goes up sometimes when I'm taking a drink. Now I'm a fucking sucking dicks on the side. Like what happened? Let me just chill.
To be fair, I mean, if you're sucking dicks on the side and also putting your pinky up, like there's a correlation there, man. You can't just ignore that shit, man.
I thought that this could have been like I'm trying to get my dick sucked, not that I want to suck a dick. I'm erect here. I'm showing you, you know, like I'm doing the pinky because I don't want y'all to like expect too much. You know what I mean? Like my big finger, you don't feel like it's disrespectful.
To get back on topic.
I'm sorry.
No, yeah, this whole like because I'm pretty sure the Big L album was it Mass Appeal, and they had like a whole like slated release and shit.
They've done like 4, I think.
Yeah, so when I saw that like roadmap, that shit pissed me off because like I get on my soapbox all the time about how I hate nostalgia. Fucking everyone's fucking whipped by nostalgia. Do the old shit. This was like that amplified because you got Big L, you got. Who else was there? They had the Mobb Deep shit.
And you gotta think of like the trajectory of it. You know, it starts with Nas dropping 6 albums, then you got the Slick Rick album, and then on it, and then you got this, and then you and it's just like, man, you guys
just I'm like, this is shameless, bro. Y'all just like nostalgia baiting because like niggas don't care otherwise. Like some of it's always what I say, where like these older rappers, a lot of them niggas are still active, but like the shit sucks, so they don't tap in. But they're like, oh, I remember back in the day, like, nah, that nigga's still rapping. It just sucks.
Yeah.
So
That nostalgia bait shit is so real, bro. You are fucking absolutely correct with that nostalgia bait. That's how they be getting all these Marvel niggas now. Deadpool and motherfucking Wolverine was just all nostalgia bait. Like, it's fucking obscene. Like, let a nigga be dead, bro. Like, I don't. Come on, man. Like, I did not need lyrics from Big L that he wrote 26 years ago put over some fucking beats that he probably wouldn't even fuck with.
Yeah,
like, I don't fucking understand it. Like,
and it's even like, even if you put it over a beat, he would have fucked with it. It's like, what value does this hold as a kind of just cobbled together piece of work? Because it's like with a lot of these, it's, oh, okay, we have these verses, but we have no creative direction with them, so we have to kind of form a creative direction. And you know, you gotta get a million features because there's not enough verses to make a whole singular song. So it's
wait until we get in real AI shit, like real Drake, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, like real AI shit. They sound like that, and they put it together like that.
I went to the Big L album, look at the track list. This shit is called Harlem's Finest, Return of the King. Is Return of the King not crazy? Like, how you marketing some shit is about return? I'm dead as fuck. What do you mean Return of the King, bro?
Yeah, they should have called it Two Towers or fucking Electric Boogaloo or some shit.
Imagine some nigga, he never knew Big L died and he got a notification. I was like, oh, Return of the King, Big L's back? I always wonder what happened to him. What the hell?
Yeah. Oh, a big fan and shit. Yeah. He's locked up. Nah, this is absurd, man. Like, I just did I hear news that they were trying to make like a Capital Steez album or some shit? Is that another one? I don't know. I hope not. But you know, like my bigger point about just talking about this posthumous album shit is just like, man, draw a line in the sand. Like, just you know, like some of these are just nasty work. Some of these are just like unwarranted, and like at least wait. Like D'Angelo just died. Give it 10 years. You know what I mean? Give it, you know, like, and that's crazy because I'm talking about this Big L shit, but like D'Angelo's music is not hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, it's that's a whole different genre, and it kind of functions in a different way, to be honest. But like, no. If I swear to God, if we ever get like a fucking AI Old Dirty Bastard album, I will shoot Charlie Kirk.
Produced by Ghostface.
Oh my God!
Again, bro?
No, it would have to be RZA.
He went for the run back, bro. He went for the run back.
What happened? Charlie Kirk is dead? I was just waiting for the new album. Charlie Kirk is dead? I was waiting for the return of the king.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
This fucking world, man.
Yeah, man, it's fucked up out here, bro. Fucked up how they do us, man. I got to kind of question this, kind of to the side of this. Is like, I was talking to Fick about this briefly, and Fick has come up like 3 times today. We got hired.
I love Fick. We got a moratorium on mention that nigga on the show from now on. Episode 7 and up. No more Fick talk. Yeah.
Next time we mention him, he's got to pay us, bro. He's got. But we had the conversation, and like the Tribe album came up, the one that came out after 5 Passed, and we were just kind of saying like, that album is incredible to me. I think that album is fantastic, and a brilliant kind of homage and respectful portrayal of Fife as what like Quest's like main creative partner. And I think it's a brilliant showcase of what a posthumous album can be when it's treated with a homage and respect. And you know, it's like interesting that you can have that record amongst all these others where it's like, I don't give a fuck about this. You know, it's more. It kind of makes me question: is it like, am I against posthumous albums inherently, or are niggas just mad whack at making posthumous albums? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I mean, yeah, there's a tasteful way to do it. Like, I know we brought up the Mobb Deep one. I didn't check it out, but nigga said it wasn't the worst.
It was tasteful. It was tasteful.
Yeah, like in my mind, like with certain like posthumous releases that have a certain number of hands involved. Like, I have faith Alchemist and Malice, not Malice, fucking Mace. Havoc. Well, why the fuck am I getting these niggas wrong? Alchemist. I got faith in niggas. Yeah, you're right. I'm a fraud. I got faith. Alchemist and Havoc would do Prodigy justice. I got faith that the De La Soul joint is jumping. I have faith that they'll do
the Tribe Called Question. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, even if you go back to like Machiavelli was the album that Tupac was working on when he died, but he had such a large amount of work that almost as soon as after he died, Are You Still Down came out, which is like a double disc project, and that's one of my favorite Tupac projects. But also it was done as like a labor of love with Johnny P, who was one of his people, to make sure that sound was still there and that I don't know, like that intimacy that he had with Tupac helped inform what that album became. And so yeah, like you got to have that. You can't. I don't know about Boldy and Dilla. Like it just doesn't sound like it should ever be a thing.
Yo, okay, sorry, I know this is completely unrelated. I'm looking at Tupac's like discography on Spotify right now. He's got this one album that's like lo-fi chill vibes with Tupac, and it's like officially on his page, and it's just produced by just some guy called Lonely Boy. The fuck?
Niggas went crazy with Pac and Big. Like
this is crazy. This came out 2 years ago, bro.
And remixes.
This came out 2 years ago.
That might be some guy just fucking posting to his account.
I recently seen some fucking Tupac and Biggie songs that were made by AI to sound like 1950s like fucking jazz joints, and it's all AI. That shit is disgusting, bro. Just wait. I mean, like, I'm not like a doomer when it comes to AI. I think AI is great for a couple different things, not necessarily for the economy. Shout out to the bubble about to burst. But, you know, a lot of these things are going to be fucking really bad when it comes to that type of stuff. And if you're a fan of like bigger artists, man, wait for that Charlie Kirk album to drop. That AI Charlie Kirk shit is going to be crazy. Have you guys heard any of
the Charlie Kirk songs they're making with
no. XXX Tentacion?
It's like we are Charlie Kirk.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw one the other day. It was like Charlie Kirk died and I never got to meet him. And I was like, oh, bars. Like that's pretty good. I didn't think about that one. Damn.
I don't know if y'all correct me or not.
Black man.
If y'all were correcting me, but like y'all are aware the De La does have an album coming out.
Hey,
right?
I wasn't the one who corrected you. I was. That was just Mega.
I'm just clearing the record.
Yeah.
No,
I'm coming.
Oh, I didn't mean to correct you. I was adding on. Like, yeah, the De La and the Tribe, because the last Tribe album, I was reluctant because Fife was dead. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just like this is 20 years after the last album. Let's be careful here.
It was like 5. It was
since
like 10.
The last Tribe.
Yeah,
no, it was the Love Movement is like 98, and it was like 2018.
Yeah.
No, the Love Movement is like 98, right?
That's my bad.
No, that shit came out. I was a kid. Yeah,
my bad, bro. I thought that was
but still,
Love Movement is fire. I don't know why I get hate.
I think it's just like
it was just too much for a lot of us. It was too much consequence, but that's besides the point. Too much consequence on that album.
Yeah,
but Find a Way is still, you know, one of the best Dilla beats, one of the best.
Yeah, maybe Fire is too much. I'll say okay.
Yeah. I love, but you know, the last Tribe album was phenomenal. But that's a labor of love. That's like his family, and so De La is going to be a little bit different, and maybe even Questlove and D'Angelo be a little bit different. But I still kind of feel like,
you know, I don't know. On my mega shit. At the end of the day, this is a consequence of capitalism and how. We must produce even while we're in the grave. It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
You don't even die not working, bro. Crazy.
Exactly.
You ain't even get to sleep when you're dead, bro.
You gotta be a product when you're dead. That's
crazy,
wild.
Bro.
Crazy.
Yeah. We dig up your bones and shit. Let's get 50% of your double helix.
About this somewhere.
Hey, they're gonna start clone Big L soon, bro. Be careful,
bro. Crazy. Big L bot. Like a dude just walking around Harlem, yoking up white people in Harlem will be hard. Shout out to Big L, kill white.
This shit gonna get nasty with AI. I don't know who gonna be the first higher level person to do it, but like this shit gonna get
Drake, bro. That shit is really like that is such a high watermark.
It was a diss
crazy.
That was fire, but
it was pretty dope. It was dope the way it was done, and I think that's gonna open the doors on that shit.
No, I didn't mind the Drake shit, even though like it's terrible. It's absurdly disrespectful.
Yeah,
but like it's a diss. It's a diss. So like we go
a Tupac voice.
We get mad disrespectful. I'm a desecrate Tupac.
Yeah. Who the next nigga?
Crazy.
Now you 5'5".
Kendrick, we need you.
Oh my!
Kendrick, we need you is the best thing ever.
Great nigga name in the hip hop history.
Yo, Drake was cooking off that shit though. Let's not lie. Drake was cooking off that shit. I didn't even give a fuck, but I was like, yo, that's hard. Got your ass, Kenny.
I remember like we were all arguing about it in the RFP, and me and Trey were like, that shit is funny as fuck though. That shit is funny.
That shit was amazing, bro. And the Tupac shit, little homie. I was like, oh shit.
And then had Snoop come in as well.
Yeah, bro, that shit was amazing. That would have killed anybody else. That would have killed anybody else but Kendrick. That shit was crazy. I'm gonna listen to that shit after this and just be like, "Yep, I love Drake now."
Yeah, bro, genuinely, like as much as like I'm like, oh no, it's disrespectful or whatever. The move,
it's a dance.
Like I'm gonna disrespect the most respected nigga. That's Bula. That's Bula as fuck. I can't.
The caucasity, the audacity. Isn't he half Jewish? I told you. Watch out.
Oh man, he controlling the weather and shit, bro. It's crazy.
Man, they gonna cancel us. I don't know if people know that I'm just kind of like tongue in cheek joking about a lot of this shit. So let me just make that clear. Yeah,
we're good, bro. Yeah. All right, and we're gonna get an email from APAC, bro.
Yeah.
The ADL gonna hit us up. The ADL gonna hit us up and be like, we gotta get this taken down.
Yeah. What am I saying? What was I saying? Oh yeah,
we killed that topic.
Yeah, that was a good podcast. I think we're good at this. We should do an 8th episode. As the people wanted, we should do an 8th episode. We might.
Maybe. We'll discuss it in the group chat.
You'll consider it. Okay.
I didn't know Trey was a fan of XXX Tentacion at 15 crying doing the dishes to his grandma.
Oh my God.
I was laughing so hard about that. I'm so sorry. I don't care about your trauma, nigga. Cry.
Rapper, nigga. I knew every single song that this nigga ever made in his lifetime.
That shit was so funny to me.
Like, I lost a friend over that shit, bro. I remember because here I didn't like the rapper that much, but I remember when it happened, I had this one friend and he was all like, oh, this shows we should stop glorifying. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is us not glorifying it gonna do? He died, bro. He's dead. That guy didn't talk to me for a year. I'm telling you,
shit.
He didn't talk to me. He didn't talk to me for a year, bro. He was pissed off. And we had a very public argument in the group chat. It was crazy.
No, yeah, because like, nigga, I was a stan. I'm a kid arguing with niggas like, bro, he didn't put his hands on his girlfriend, bro. He didn't do it, bro. And, one day my brain developed, and I'm like, this nigga did this shit. What am I talking about?
That nigga, bro.
He had mega bars at first. He was like, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even be a part of the real situation. People are dynamic, and you just did it. Like, come on, you too woke.
Now, but ironically, in hindsight, thinking about that shit is crazy because, like, nigga, I'm 2 years older than how old he was when he died. Like, that shit's crazy to me.
That's outrageous. He was 19?
Yeah. He was a young.
Well, I rounded up. I'm gonna be 22.
Okay.
I'm older than you. Nigga, don't test shit, bro. I know.
Number 7. I am your OG, and you will respect me as such. No, when I remember when Biggie died. We woke up in the morning, we turned on MTV News, and we found out Biggie died. I was in like the 7th, or I think it was in the 8th grade, and that's the first time I ditched school. We was just like, damn, that's the first time not go to school. That's the first time I didn't go to school. Like, not go to school.
You were a good nigga, bro. You were a good boy.
No, like I had never, like I liked school. I used to like the school. Like I never ditched until like 8th grade. Damn. What was that like? Yeah, like 8th grade. It was 14? Like.
It's like 14, 15?
Nah, it was like probably like 12 or 13.
Okay,
13
shit.
maybe. But yeah, I just had I always went to school. I didn't dislike, I mean, I had ditched school like I'm sick and stayed home or something, but like as far as like going to the bus station and not getting on a bus type of shit, like that was the first time. Damn, I thought I was trill. I thought I was trill, and y'all was ditching school in 4th grade and shit. I thought I was hella trill. I was like, yeah, nigga, we used to steal candy bars.
No, I'm the same. I just felt like making fun of you, bro.
Yeah,
okay.
I just assumed you were like about it, bro.
Yeah, no, I thought you would be like, I mean, yeah, I guess you be reading and shit.
Nah,
Makes sense
Dare
if you're at
scared
school.
me, and the white principal scared me. I thought I was going if I did school, they was gonna call my dad and my mom, and it would be over.
Oh yeah,
It
no, that's a good
wasn't. It
point.
wasn't until 8th grade that I stopped. I stopped caring if I got in trouble. After 8th grade, I was like,
That's when you started skipping school.
Yeah, I had the record for the most like in school suspensions. I had in school suspension for like I want to say I had like 87 days in a row of in school suspension.
Damn.
Like,
Is that
boom,
like
boom,
isolation?
boom,
They
boom.
just put you in a room and
Yeah,
they
it's
just
like
make you do
no,
work
it's like
and shit?
after school you go to after school or lunch detention or after school detention or your homeroom period. You got to go and sit in detention and be quiet and if you get the incident report, I had the most incident reports, and so I had after the in school detention. Yeah, I had a record when I was in 8th grade because I was a delinquent, and I still got voted class clown.
Hey.
Listen, I'm dropping a fun fact on your ass. This might not mean nothing to y'all, but it's crazy to me. Chiose, the person who's got a primary Chiose, he's one of Zoran's homies, the political figure in New York City, whose primary Hakeem Jeffries is apparently the son of Combat Jack.
Who?
Combat Jack.
No shit.
That was just
you don't know Combat Jack? Combat Jack got the crazy eye and shit. He used to do like a YouTube like internet show for like 50 Cent. He used to do
cool.
Like I want to say like Mass Appeal, like a couple different, not in the Mass Appeal, but a couple different sort of. He a legend. He a real OG. He used to work with like Chris Lighty and shit. He was down with Chris Lighty. He was down with a lot of those guys.
He was the host of a podcast called The Combat Jack Show. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that was like a decade ago. He was an early podcast adopter, I think. But that's crazy.
Yeah. This guy bold as fuck, bro.
Right.
Slash in a good way. He really rocks it.
Yeah.
This is the boldest nigga I ever seen in my life.
Well,
this guy's cool. What? So he's like an important like hip hop journalist guy.
Combat Jack?
Yeah.
No, he's more like a cultural figure.
Yeah.
Like in the same kind of space as like a Stretch and Bobbito or a Funk Flex or that kind of space.
I guess
like interviewer, non-artist person.
I guess that's never really how I've interacted with hip hop, so I guess I just don't really fall into that. I
only know it because I know it. I don't know it because I listen to it. I told you I've been weirdo mode since like Joe Claire. Like I didn't even watch Big Tigger that much on BET. I was already out.
Trey, what's your knowledge of this man? You like
nothing? I'm about the same as Mega. Anyway, what I was trying to say. Recommendations.
Oh yeah,
power.
guys. As you know, I'm currently in my Dragon Ball phase. I finished the OG. I finished OG Dragon Ball.
OG, let's go.
It's so great.
The girl up so fast.
Serious shit, bro.
So we about to do the DBZ rewatch.
We can start from December 5th. I'm free.
Okay.
Right now I'm locked in on uni shit, so I'm not gonna do that. But from December 5th, we can start on the Dragon Ball Z situation.
Let me ask Trey this. Trey, do you recommend Kai or do you recommend the original?
I'm watching the original regardless of what he recommends. But go on, Trey.
I mean, I grew up on Kai. I will say, I mean, like the original's fine, but like when it comes to like voice acting and shit, like Kai is just objectively better. Like not even all bias shit. It's just like they re-recorded certain lines and they are literally just objectively better. I can't lie to you. But the OG's fun.
All right, cool. I don't really.
I've never shook my head so hard in my life. I feel like my neck is about to fucking hurt.
You doing the nostalgia shit, bro.
I do like the OG. I like the OG for the musical score, but Kai is a better watch. He's right. It is a better watch. But I like the filler.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm excited to watch all of the bullshit that Dragon Ball has to offer.
Hey, I was like that.
I'm even planning on watching GT. Like I'm not. I'm not.
Dragon Ball. Right you about to realize why we like Z. Dragon Ball levels up like first episode. That motherfucker levels up.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Another thing, just aside from I picked up this book recently. Understanding the New Black Poetry, Black Speech, and Black Music as Poetic Reference. It's good shit. It's good shit. I'm currently in my. As previously mentioned, I'm researching poetry right now for my dissertation. So I've been reading shit. I've been reading books. I've been learning about a lot of people right now. You know, it's an important part of the history and the lineage of the rap shit that we're currently listening to. I feel like it's a very worthwhile thing to look into yourself. You know what I'm saying? Look into poets like Langston Hughes, Amiri Baraka. You know, even check out like the Lost Poets and Just Got Heron. Them folk are often lauded as the grandfathers of all this shit that we're doing right now. And I don't know if I necessarily agree to
Real
that
hip-hop.
to the full extent, but you know, it's an important part of our history that I'm currently getting tapped into, that I've been interested in for a few years. And this book is a good starting place on that. Has loads of names, loads of really good context to the historical progression of Black poetry from like the 30s onto the into the 70s. This book came out like 72. So, you know, but it's good shit. I really recommend it.
I haven't read it, but to piggyback on the idea, like if you really appreciate Black voices as a strength of power, as a radical organizing tool, as a thing of beauty, you really should go and look into the history of powerful Black voices who have used poetry as a method, as an approach. If you love rap music and you don't really know about this type of shit, I think that you're kind of missing the forest from the trees for a little bit. Like the Black radical tradition, it doesn't start there, but it is so tremendously important to get to a Billy Woods, to get to a Rama, to get to a Kendrick. It is so tremendously important. And I'm gonna reach out to Saul Williams again and see if I can get you that link to talk with him.
That would be deeply appreciated.
Yeah, I'll try again. I got skirted on the first time, but maybe he didn't see it or something. I don't know.
Happens. I saw him live recently. Actually, that was an amazing show. Amazing show. It was with the Carlos Nino and the band, and Shabaka Hutchings was performing as well with them. It was just an amazing time. Yeah. Brilliant.
Carlos
shit.
Nino is a legend. Yeah,
legend, dude. That album is fantastic.
Yeah, a legend. Yeah.
Oh, it's just brilliant.
Brazilian Tropicalismo shit. Yeah.
I really recommend checking out that album as well if you ain't already.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let me go next straight, since I got some more blackity black shit.
Trey ain't black enough, bro. You go to
nah.
The side eye is crazy.
He I knew that about him once he was talking about Love and Mercy and Alchemist in the fan club.
Crazy.
In the Patreon.
We know you are.
For my sins.
Yeah. Every day we stray further from God's light. Looking forward to talk about navy blue in a minute. But my point is that I've been a big fan of I Mix What I Like, Black Power Media, which is kind of the figurehead of it is Dr. Jared Ball, who is a radical socialist Pan-African academic in the YouTube space, but also a teacher. He wrote. Yeah, he wrote the book. Yeah, he does it. He has a YouTube channel, but he's an educator, and he wrote a book. It's called Black Power Media, BPM. They were supported. Like I remember when they changed to that. Like No Name put money on books, and it was really good with that. But Jared Ball also has another channel called I Mix What I Like, Dr. Jared Ball. And recently he had my brother Diami on his show discussing ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, the lineage, reparations, and blackness as an organizing tool. And Diami Knee-Block is in our Discord. He's one of my oldest internet friends. I've known him probably since the mid-aughts in MMA forums. We were both just some of the only black folks on MMA forums, and our friendship kind of grew from that. And he went back to school, he got his degrees, and we kind of shared a similar political changing in our old age. But he's like my super twin. Sometimes Facebook would be like, you know how I do the face recognition, it'd be like, is this Diami Virgilio or is this Robinson Mega? And that's what I call it.
Where they dox everyone you've been within 5 feet of.
right. Yeah, that same shit. But he recently hopped on to do a conversation about ADOS, which he was involved with a paper through a Harvard research group, was doing something that got shut down. They go into the history of that, as well as a lot of things about ADOS and how captured they can be by reactionary ideology, and why one of the reasons, many of the reasons why I don't support that movement in any way. Same for foundational Black Americans. But also towards the end of the podcast, they start talking about blackness as an organizing tool, and that's kind of one of the things, Ko, that you and I had been reading when it came to race as a social construct, and through the Field Sisters Racecraft book. And so Diami is he's so brilliant, and he's like, I like to think that he's more well-read than me, but he tells me he be just like skimming quickly. Like he knows how to read better than I do. I read the whole book. He just hit the dope parts, but he's so incredibly brilliant. He's so good at talking and laying these things out in a very clear, concise way. I highly recommend this video by him and Dr. Jared Ball. Dr. Jared Ball has been sampled by August Fanon. The last August Fanon child actor beat tape has Dr. Jared Ball talking on it. So these are black people within the community who are doing some of the best work. And I'll share that in the group, in the chat.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description as well. The video in question is called #ADOS, lineage, reparations, and blackness is an organization tool. Fate Diamo Virgilio.
Yeah.
How do I pronounce that?
Diami Virgilio.
Diami Virgilio. Yeah. So
that him and Dr. Jared Ball looking like fucking super twins and shit. Oh,
I was about to say, they look mad similar. And they have the same glasses as well, bro. That's crazy. These are the same nigga,
bro. they turn apart in the comments and shit. You know how some black folks, especially Trey over there trying not to get on his old Dr. Umar, like, but you have though, right? But you have. Yeah, because that's what it's confronted with, and man, I love Dr. Jared Ball. I appreciate all those cats, but yeah, you might fuck with that shit too, Trey, because I'm sure that you're very well aware of ADOS discourse, because that shit primarily emerged on Twitter, and foundational Black American discourse primarily was emerging on Twitter, and so you're probably very aware of that type of shit, even in some just kind of through osmosis. But Diami fucking bombs. Yeah.
I'd say
it's not a funny podcast.
What is it?
It's not funny. It's just two really smart cats who know something, and you almost have to know what they're talking about to get into it. But it is very, very wonderful. Yeah, very good.
Cool. All right, Trey, what are you recommending?
Oh, got shit to recommend. I was living like a bum ass nigga.
Wow, so unprofessional. I did. So unprofessional.
I watched season 1 of Stranger Things with my homegirl because like I put it off when it was popular because like I wanted to be different, but I got convinced into watching it. So I enjoyed season 1.
Really good. Season 1, but really good.
I've since found out that one of the main characters is a Zionist. So when I watch season 2. I will have to shake my head in disapproval while I'm watching it.
Who is a Zionist? Is Winona Ryder?
I think no.
Will.
Oh, okay.
Is that his name? Is it? No, it's not. I don't remember that shit. That's crazy. I don't remember any actors' names, bro. You guys know me. I don't remember actors' names. Yeah. That one was fresh off the dome, bro.
That was bars.
I was shaking my head while watching it.
Yeah.
I'd say season 1's the best season. They just get worse, bro. I'd say it goes like this. Season 1, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Season 2, I'm like, what the fuck? Season 3 is here. Season 4 is also there. You know what I mean? Season 5 is gonna come out. The trailers look shit. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna watch it. Yeah. I watched Squid Game season 2 recently.
I didn't watch that either. Yeah.
I actually enjoyed it more than I expected.
My cousin told me it was dope.
But yeah, it's not the political commentary I hoped it would be. It's just kind of like a little action.
I need to watch that. Also need to watch The Bear season 4.
The what?
I'm behind on TV shit. The season 4 of The Bear.
I haven't watched season 2 or 3 yet. Damn, I didn't know they have 4.
Damn, nigga.
Or maybe I haven't watched 3 and 4 yet, but I've seen some shit.
It's probably 3 and 4.
I've seen some shit, bro. They caught me, bro.
I've seen some shit.
When it comes to music, I ain't been shaking it up or nothing. Just been. I mean, I was working on.
You started reading Wretched of the Earth, or were you going to read which Fanon book were you going to read? Did you start that?
What was it? It was Wretched of the Earth. I got it right here.
Okay.
Have you read a single page?
Right here. It's
so decided that shit, nigga. You got, he got one page.
I think this is like,
no, because I gotta get through the part with Cornel West, nigga, and I don't want to read it, but also I'm like, it's part of the book, so I gotta read it.
Don't read Cornel.
You know that part of those pictures of LeBron where he's reading Malcolm X's biography, and every time he's like this, or like the first way he's like, Malcolm X was a genius, bro. That's straight right now, phenomenal.
He got the book upside down and shit.
I'm just like LeBron on some shit.
You're just like LeBron, bro. You don't know your lyrics like LeBron James, bro. Shout out Mike. That's the best shit. That's the best bar ever, bro. Okay, but I think that's a podcast. I think that's a
podcast.
Guys. That's a fucking podcast, guys. We've been What's Up with the Minutes. Give us some fucking money on patreon.com and you can get this episode December 19th and shit, man. Shout out to us, bro. We've been What's Up with the Minutes. Peace.
Now we're about to get into this navy blue shit. I'm actually really excited about
serious.
this navy blue shit. I told y'all.
We can say fuck now, guys. By the way, we can start saying fuck because we're this is talking to the guys. This talking to the friends.
Oh, am I not supposed to say that earlier? Because I'm on. You know, I'm problematic, bae. Problematic, bae.
Each of you police didn't pay me no, never mind. I was thugging, black and red laces on my dungarees, take a motherfucker wood and let that motherfucker breathe. My fault.
And that's what's up, guys. Me and Mega made the knockout dances, bro.
Real hip hop, freestyle.
What's up, be going off, bro?
Yeah, nigga.
Thugging came on shuffle. I had to.
What was that? Because
Freddie
Gibbs. I don't know if you did it justice. Okay, I don't listen to much Gibbs these days, man. I don't listen to much Gibbs. I'm burnt out on Gibbs.
I've said it before. Thuggin' is like a perfect rap song to me.
Okay. Thuggin' is a perfect rap song.
Yeah, true. I really like Shame as well. You ain't got to. That's crazy. BJ, what that fucking BJ the Chicago kid? That's a good ass fucking hook, man.
Whatever you did right there made me not want to listen to it though. Whatever you just. I don't know. I might be good off that one. I might be good off of that one.
Nah, I'm telling you, bro. It's serious
music. Navy blue shit.
Okay,
I'm gonna start it like this. I'm gonna start it like this. I only listen to it once.
Say the name of the album, nigga.
Navy blue, the sword and the soaring. I believe. Is that correct?